Hey everybody, Jay here. Welcome back to the Homestead. I wanted to share with you a story about how I got my county line here, 25-ton wood splitter for free. I made the last video I did of us splitting firewood. I mentioned that I got this wood splitter for free, and this was actually before the channel was even a thing. So I've never actually really said the story of what happened. But anyways, it's a quick story. I won't take up too much of your time, but it kind of goes along the lines of like the squeaky wheel gets the grease, kind of like help me, you know, one hand washes the other type of deal. I've always liked quotes like that. But anyways, we moved in the homestead, I think it was 2016, I think. Wow, we're almost coming up on 10 years here. 2016, and I forget where I was, but I was driving somewhere up in the up not far from where we live, and I don't think it's there anymore. Yeah, definitely. Sorry, it's not there anymore. I was thinking of a different building, but it's been so long I almost forgot. It was this fencing company, kind of like general contracting place. It's not there anymore, but one day I drove by and they had a bunch of trees that were dropped, and they were running this splitter kind of out in the area there, splitting the wood. So naturally, just moving in with the boiler, I think this was our first year. I had no idea. We had literally no wood here, no wood at all. The previous owner, he knew he was moving, so why would he regenerate it? So I had a huge hill to climb as far as wood usage and wood supply here on the homestead. So anyways, I pulled in and I was originally asking about the firewood, and he goes, "No, sorry, it's already all spoken for. We have it all sold." And I went, "Oh, all right." I was like, "Well, what are you guys doing here?" You know, just conversation. This was just with the worker. And he said, "Well, we're clearing an area because we have no more room for all of the scrap fencing." And I was like, "Oh, all right." And long story short, we were talking, walking around. They were a fencing company, and they did so many old cedar fence removals that they had ran out of space. And then they were piling it near the street. And actually, I come to find out, they were getting fined from the local city or town or whatever it was. They were getting fined, I think, every week for having all that stuff. Like the place looked like a dump. So they were actually getting fined, and come to find out, I said to the guy, I could take all this fencing. I go, in exchange for the wood splitter. Totally threw it out there like it was I had no way. Like these wood splitters, I think, were $1,800 brand new back then. And this is the pre-China version. The new ones now, a lot of the components are made in China. But anyways, this is the pre-China version, best of my knowledge. At least that's what he told me. But I said to the guy, I'm like, "I'll take all that scrap fencing if you can get it to my property in exchange for the wood splitter." And the guy goes, "Deal." And I was just like, I was like, "What?" I was like, okay. I literally had, let me show you, let me turn you guys around here. Let's see if I could do this video in one take. I had fencing, piles of fencing dumped in a 3500. This was before the garden was in. I had rows coming up here, rows going down. They were able to dump, I think, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This was before the wood racks, before the garden. This is even before YouTube. This whole area down here was just filled with old cedar fencing. And let me fix the camera here. Old cedar fencing. I mean, they must have made 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, this was before a tractor. I had like one chainsaw. I had the McCulloch. I had no equipment at all. We put everything into the homestead to buy the property. I didn't have a pot to pee in when it comes to firewood, if you will. But yeah, they were coming truck after truck, triaxle load dump trucks, you know, 3,500 dualies there with the dump bed. And sure enough, at the very last, once they cleared enough room, I guess the fines were more money than what the splitter was worth. So the fact that he didn't even hesitate when I said, "Hey, I'll take all that fencing, junk wood, pallet wood, all that crap, I will take that in exchange for the splitter." Sure enough, he didn't even hesitate. It's sad that they're not in business anymore, but what a cool story, though. So they ended up clearing out all that area, I mean, they had a huge forklift that they would use to load. I actually went there a few times to load their trucks to come here and dump it. That was the first year we were here before before the channel, I heated the house. I had a Sawzall and the McCulloch, and I cut all of that fencing up. I'll see if I can find any photos. I don't know. I'll overlay them if I can, but throughout the course of the video. I cut all of that fencing with the McCulloch and a Sawzall, DeWalt Sawzall with a, you know, wood with metal blade there. And we heated the home almost all entirely with that cedar fencing. Now the problem is it didn't last long, so it was constantly burning out. We had to restart it in the morning. That first year sucked running the boiler. I had no idea how it worked and whatnot. But that's the story though. This is how we got Old Faithful. Again, it's been a great splitter. Is not the fastest, but listen, it was completely free and I got fuel out of it, so it was an awesome story. If that didn't happen, that kind of gave me like the kickstart to everything of what's going on here as far as trees and firewood and boiler and the channel. This was such a morale booster, having fuel to burn, cedar fencing there, and a pretty much brand new wood splitter. I think they ran it for like 40 hours, not even. So that was cool. That was beginning. That was way before the channel. I think I'll overlay a video of it. I think maybe in my third or fourth video, I still was cutting up some fencing. Very primitive video. Oh, it's painful to watch now that I look back. But anyways, that's the story on how I got the wood splitter for free. Just goes to show you, it doesn't hurt to ask. And don't be afraid to barter. I honestly think the barter system is kind of coming back around. If you have a skill or a service to offer in exchange for something that somebody wants, you know, one hand washes the other. You know, I'm starting to get into, oh, I'll do tree work for that. Hey, you got that old tractor over there. Oh, you need some trees taken down. You know, if you can balance that out where every person involved is happy, I have no problem at all with the barter system. So that was the barter. He got rid of all his junk wood and I got the wood splitter out of it. So yeah, needless to say, that's the story. Just wanted to share with you folks. Next video coming up, we got an unboxing. I just got a text from, I do some part-time work at a garage. Good subscriber Shane, he sent me a box for me and Pops to open up. So I just got to make my way down there. It's a little bit of a ride, but I gotta make my way down there and do that unboxing. I have no idea what it is. That's coming up next. So yeah, needless to say, I just wanted to share that story with you. That kind of kickstarted the whole YouTube journey here, as far as making boiler videos and firewood and all that stuff. So that was a huge morale boost to move into a house, to get fencing, to keep our house warm, and to get a splitter out of it. What a morale booster that was. So anyways, thanks for watching, guys. God bless, and like I always say, we will see you guys out in the woods.